And this is the Quicky Sidebar Talk.
As per the guidelines and regulations set by YouTube, certain segments of the podcast might not be suitable for posting on the platform. For access to more uncensored, unfiltered, and exclusive content, we invite you to join us on Patreon. The link can be found in the video description below. Also, remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up to support the growth of the channel. Please be respectful to our guests in the comment section. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
So yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about the hair comments. And now, is she someone that's your type?
Not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why not?
I'll say more so like the hair. So more so attracted to longer hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I'll say this. So when the gentleman came out with the hair comment situation, and obviously everybody saw our reaction was not just the hair comment. So I want to emphasize this. The reason why we popped our balloons weren't just because of that comment. We popped our balloons because he also was talking about body image as well with the athletic build situation. Same thing here. She's someone that's your type.
No.
Okay. Why not?
More into like athletic physique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go over here. Your name and age.
I'm Dre and I'm 31.
Okay. And why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I really don't like the outfit, the skinny jeans, and I could hear you clicking when you came on. So, yeah.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
No.
All right. And why not?
Also, more so someone that is more physically, what I like. So athletic. Yeah.
So, in general, just like coming out, when he came up to, so when he first came out, he was talking to the young lady, the first girl. So what he mentioned was, he didn't like her. She wasn't his type because of her short hair. She was the only woman on there that actually came out with her short hair, natural hair in its shrunken state. So, of course, us women on the panel as Black women, and I want to emphasize this because a lot of people won't understand this unless you're a Black woman. I want to emphasize that. So, of course, with him saying he didn't like her hair because it was short, and she was the only woman who came out really with her natural hair again, yeah, we popped our balloon because it was a little suspect. We were just very confused. And then when he went further and talked about, okay, my type is an athletic built, and then he went to every single girl and essentially said we weren't that built, where there were women who were in athletic builds, we were a bit confused because he wouldn't articulate more. So he didn't articulate on the hair comment because it could have been something else, but he just said, yeah, her hair is short. Same thing with the athletic built. He just said, yeah, you're not my type. I'm very particular about the built that I like.
Again, I'm very particular.
Okay.
So I think just, the body type would be more so what it would have to do with. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. No worries. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, of course, that leaves room for us to think of, okay, well, he doesn't like us. He doesn't like our build. He doesn't like the way we look. There's more to this story than he's saying. You know what I mean? I think anybody can relate to that. So that's why we popped our balloon, essentially. That's why I popped my balloon. I was just not interested in learning more because he wasn't saying more. So that's what I'll say for that.
So he seems that he had a preference. Mm-hmm. He does not like women with short hair.
Right.
Is that an issue? Like some women don't like men with bold, bold head. Mm-hmm. Some women don't like men who are short.
Right.
Don't you think it's kind of similar?
So it's funny because I did have this conversation with a friend actually after the show came out, because apparently there was a conversation on previous episodes about, height, right? So I'll say, or rather, there was conversations about color of the skin. Like some people like a lighter complexion or darker complexion, right? It's all about preference. I understand that, right? But it's like, let's give an example, right? Say if the roles were reversed. Say if it was a woman who came on and said, I like somebody that's 6 feet, right? Or above. And she just saw that everybody popped their balloon because she said she likes somebody that's over 6 feet. Now she's going up to everybody in our Let's like, hi, so like you don't like this person for what? Like, do you like this person? Are they your type? And she's like, no, they're just not my type. Like, yeah, they're just not tall enough, even if they're 5'11" or whatever the case may be. It's just like that's your preference. That's fine, but articulate a little bit more. It's like if the girl said like, oh yeah, they're like 6'1" and she still popped them. Just not my preference. He didn't articulate more because there were women on that stage that were athletic built, right? There was some people who are on the shorter side that go to the gym regularly that have like that Coca-Cola fit. That's considered an athletic build, but he still popped and said they're not my type. And even like me and the young lady that was next to me, I mean, in some people's eyes, we're considered an athletic build, but he also just said no. He didn't articulate more what that looks like for him. So of course, when he made the short hair comment to the only woman who had natural hair on the stage, of course we're going to assume that he didn't like her short hair because it was in its natural state, right? So, we're going to assume like it might just be because she came out with her natural hair.
Okay. Before that, can we see your build? How you built?
What do you want me to do? Stand up?
Yeah, please.
They saw it on the show. I don't have to stand up. I'm like slim, you know what I mean? Like I have a little shape to me, but I'm on the smaller side. But some people would consider me like a slim athletic build. And there were definitely like there was a variation on stage. There was some people that were taller than me, same height as me, that had like more shape, like a Coca-Cola shape, like I mentioned. So it was very much confusing on trying to figure out what he was looking for because he just generally just said no to every single one of us before he got to the young lady that said her comments. So, yeah.
So based on what you said, so it was more about the belt comment than the hair comment.
I don't want to say it's really that comment, but it brought everything full circle because what people saw or really emphasized was the hair comment, but it was everything combined because he did not want to articulate what that looked like for him. So what I mean by that is he said he didn't like that young lady because her hair was short. Of course, us as Black women on stage, where we've been discriminated against our hair for decades, right? Because it's in its natural state, it's unkept, it's not professional. That's why a lot of women wear braids, they wear wigs of that nature because we've been discriminated against. If he's just saying to the only woman that wore her natural hair that, oh, I don't like her because her hair's short, and he's not articulating, of course we're going to assume it's because it's in its natural state. And he emphasized that even more with the athletic build because, again, there were women on that stage that had an athletic belt or somewhat of an athletic belt, right? But he said no to every single one of us before he got to that young lady, which makes us believe like we're not his type. He's not emphasizing his point. So, of course, we're going to assume the comments that we assumed. It's just nature. That's why communication is big.
All right, so what do you think about the other woman, the other girl comments, the girl that went off on him? What do you think about her comments?
You're attractive, you got it going on, but that comment about hair, I know your mama got short hair too. She's Black. At the end of the day, Black women, we you don't know what to expect with our hair. We could wear it straight, we could wear it curly, and that was just like too much for me. So I don't got time for it. If you don't know, if you can't grow up from your roots, then you can't grow up with me. So that's how I feel.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
I mean, my mom's actually on my necklace. She doesn't have short hair for one.
It doesn't matter. It's
but
about who you are as a brother. Hair don't make your personality. You dig me? It's about who you are. If you confident with short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of girls that do have long hair, the hairs be thin. I have a salon. When I was 16, I brought my mother a salon with my business that I do. Yeah. So yeah, I have dealt with so many different type of hairs. Shout out to my mom, Captivated Styles in the building, Philly, we here. But what you said, it's just not for me. You need to really check on your ends before you talk about long or short hair, because a lot of girls with long hair be having no hair just because it's long is thin. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay.
Sounds triggered.
It's not triggered. I'm just,
First of all, I didn't say the hairstyle she had was not good.
You said you don't like girls with long hair. No. That's not right. You should never said that at all. As a black brother, you should have kept that as what it was. You should have just said, you're not just my type. But hair, it's a different, you can't talk about hair. If you want hair, go get what you want. If you want Becky with the long hair, go get what you want. Don't talk to black women up here about hair. That's just it. And I'm not triggered. Like I said, at the end of the day, your hair is nappy. Your hair is short. You should be happy where you came from. Period.
Can I talk, or you gonna interrupt me again?
I don't want to hear what you have to say.
You
can say what you want to say,
yeah.
But don't talk about black people here. But
so
let's hear from him.
So again, her hairstyle, there's nothing wrong with it. So it's my preference, right? So if I'm here to date, I'm here to find someone for me. So I'm not dating multiple people. You're not dating multiple people. So my comment to her has no sort of significance on you.
I'm a black woman. If I want to wear my hair like hers one day, what you gonna say? Oh, I don't like your hair. I'm gonna go date Becky up the street. Follow along. Thank you.
I'll say this. At the end of the day, are you here to find a man, or are you here to be
I'm not here to find you. I'm here to find someone that's going to accept me, floss and all. And if you can't accept this young lady up here.
Sounds like you're here to find the sister code.
No.
So we can move forward.
Women.
We can move forward.
We are here. And there's a lot of black women that's lined up in here. So you can't talk about hair. It's not about the length or the texture. Okay. Know what you say before you talk to black women. That's it. Thank you.
Let's go on over here.
Yeah, please.
So I'll say this, like, her comments, when it came to the hair comments, a lot of what she said was, spot on, of course, because we were all in the same mindset about his comment. That's why we all popped our balloon, right? But she did say what she needed to say, and we're thankful that she did, because she was definitely one of the only women that actually stood up for what we all believed. She definitely did more and explained herself more about the situation. I mean, some things were definitely accurate. Some things were a little, off. But at the end of the day, she said what she needed to. You know what I mean? I'm going to say this. Both parties were wrong. I will definitely emphasize that. Both parties were absolutely wrong. But it doesn't change the fact that this is definitely a conversation that's not necessarily brought up in our community. So I understand why people are angry on both sides. But I'll say when it comes to the women that were on stage and how we felt, it's not us being girls, because I know that was a conversation that was being had. Everybody's like saying like, oh, we're all birds, we're all followers, whatever the case is. That's not the case. We all felt some type of way by the comment because he wouldn't elaborate. So, of course, our first thought is he just doesn't like her because she has her hair in a natural state, and we are black women. So, of course, we felt the type of way.
But he did not say that to all of you guys. He only said that to that one woman.
But,
so how you feel that type of way, though?
No, you're right. But say if I went on there with my natural hair and it was as short as her, wouldn't you assume that he would say the same comment to me? You know what I mean? But again, maybe he wouldn't. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he wouldn't. But what I want to emphasize is, again, where he went wrong is he did not go further into explaining what that looked like for him. Yeah, he said her hair was short. Absolutely. But when he went to the other women and he decided to pop our balloons, he didn't emphasize anything about why he popped our balloons. It was strictly that he has a certain type and he's very specific about the build. Again, he said athletic build, and there were some women that were in athletic build, but we weren't his type with said build. So what is his type? He wouldn't explain. So of course we're going to assume what we're going to assume. Anybody would assume if, like, think about it. If somebody came up to you and they said they don't like you because your hair is short, right? Okay, cool. But they won't emphasize, like, is it because it's short? Is it because it's natural? Is it because it's whatever it is? You know what I mean? You're just going to assume what you're going to assume. It's human nature. There was multiple things of that happened during that episode as to why we popped our balloon. It wasn't just one thing. And I want to emphasize, it wasn't just the hair comment. There was multiple things that were said for us to all pop our balloon, essentially.
And there was another comment that was said. The girl said that, oh, if you like Becky, go for Becky. So she pretty much said, based on my understanding, she said that, or what she meant by it means like only white, because when you say Becky, we know that's white girls.
Yeah.
So only white girls have long hair. Don't you think that was kind of an assault to white women? I mean, black women?
This is where I said both parties are wrong, because it didn't need to go that far. And this is a huge thing for me personally, is I don't like to assume anything personally. Because I know for myself, a lot of people have a lot of assumptions about me. But if they actually talk to me, they would know who I am, what I stand for, all that stuff. So that's where I kind of draw the line. When she made the Becky comments, I was just like, let's relax a little bit, because we don't know him. We don't know what his preference is, you know what I mean? But again, this is why I keep articulating communication and understanding are so important in any environment, because if you're not communicating, you're leaving room for assumptions. Because if he actually articulated what he was looking for, what he liked, even with the athletic build, if he like just gave a little bit of detail of what that meant for him, or even with the short hair comment, what that looked like for him, we could have understood him more to try to figure out, oh, okay, like, that's his type. Even if he like said like a, I don't know, like a celebrity or a person that we all knew that fit that build or that type that he's like more interested in, that would give us clear vision on what he was open to and what he liked. But because we had no idea, because he wouldn't communicate that with us, of course, everybody's going to assume what they want to assume. But to take it as far as Becky with the long hair, good hair, whatever, I don't want to assume. That's a black man on a show with black women. He knew what he signed up for at the end of the day. There's no other people of color on that show. It's just black women. And he wanted to come. Unless he was coming for a different purpose, I'm going to assume, because again, I don't know, I'm going to assume he came here to find a black woman. You know? So I'm not going to stand for that comment per se. But yeah, it wasn't, I didn't particularly take it well. I didn't like it.